Hi everyone, and welcome to Franca's Fab Family. I am Franca, and I want to thank you all for joining us today for this lovely discussion. And I want to thank you for tuning in last week as we dealt with money matters. I hope that that information was important to you and you're able to implement many of those strategies, because it will definitely start you on the right path to helping your children understand financial management, as well as to develop adequate and successful financial skills for their adult life. This week we are going to help build our children's self-esteem. We're going to look at ways and tips on how we, the parents, both male and female parents, can help build their children's self-esteem. This is so important because many of us adults, we went into adult life with low self-worth or low self-esteem, and the reason why, those things are normally, they have to be built up in some way. And believe it or not, we as parents have the first opportunity to build up our children. You can actually really just build up your children. People find it hard when I say, I had suffered from low self-esteem and low self-worth for a long time. And an indicator that you have low self-esteem or low self-worth is that if you have allowed people into your life and situations into your life that's abusive to you. Like you couldn't get it more simpler than that. I remember a family member of mine, after a really bad situation, had said to me, did you really, really love this person like that? Or did you just have that low self-esteem that you didn't leave? And I had to really admit, my self-esteem was low, that even though I was being mistreated, and even though I was beautiful, I was talented, I was hardworking, I was determined, and things like that, you could only stay and accept bad treatment when you don't understand your self-value, you don't understand your self-worth. And as I'm building up my children, I thought, wait a minute here, a lot of adults still suffer from that. They may not admit it, but in your heart, you're taking abuse from maybe a mate, even maybe your children, maybe a co-worker, a friend, you're being taken advantage of, and that is really the result of you not having enough self-esteem. So while I'm now going to look at the parents this week, I am going to look at how we parents can help our children build self-esteem. For one, we're going to look at the relationships between fathers and daughters. Now, I didn't grow up with my father, but I am a daughter, and I know what was missing in my life from a father. So I'm going to speak to fathers to daughter relationship. I'm also going to look at mothers to son relationship. Because I am a woman and because I have sons, I know and I have seen how I have developed my sons to have a really strong self-esteem and self-worth. When people meet my kids, they're like, wow, these kids are really, really fearless and things like that. And it's because I really took time to understand my developmental gaps, and I'm taking time to help not only eliminate theirs that I see, I've seen that they were suffering from, but I'm also just building them up. I'm building them up. So by the time they are fully responsible for themselves, not only are they going to be adequately skilled adults, but they are going to know their value and know their worth, because that must come from within. Another thing that I want to talk about is mother to daughter relationship. I find that a lot of mother-to-daughter relationships are very toxic and unfortunate, because we as women in our daughters' lives have the opportunity to not only tighten the gaps that we know that we were short in growing up, but we have an opportunity to let our daughters know how phenomenal they are, because we are women. We know what they're going through. I can't do a father-to-son relationship, and the reason why, I'm going to do a bit more research and interviewing successful men, and the reason why successful men with sons. I have come across some that are doing a fantastic job, but I haven't gotten enough information that I want to share with you yet. So I will come back to you with father to son, because I can't speak from that from a personal experience, because I'm not a man. I'm not a man, and I wasn't raised with a father. So there's still a gap there with me, but that's definitely important in terms of father to son relationships. Another one that we are going to look at is understanding how your emotions as a young person matter. You are not supposed to be walking around happy all the time, or sad all the time, or aggressive all the time. All of our emotions actually really, really are important. They're important to our development. I told my kids the other day, I said, do you guys understand that rage is actually an emotion that you should keep, but you should lock it away? And the reason why, never ever let your children totally abandon their anger or their rage, but you should lock it away and you should get control of it. It's because you must keep that fight or flight mode. When you can run, you run. But if you have to fight, you have to fight in life. And life will present us with enough opportunities to fight or flight. And you cannot, especially us black people, we cannot take the position of, when you're being, targeted or certain bad things are happening to you, that you're helpless because you have not taken the time to understand that your emotions is what guides your movement in life. So we are going to spend this week building up our self-esteem. I'm going to give you strategies and techniques to help you, really to help your children. And I'm sure these things are going to help you as well. I mean, from simple things, from daily affirmations, taking care of your body, understanding yourself as a woman in a young girl's life, and understanding yourself as a man in a young girl or young boy's life. These things are so, so important. So we have it juicy this week for you. We are going to build our self-esteem. We are going to build up the self-esteem of our children because that's really, really important. Understanding your self-worth, understanding your value within every community, and contributing to constantly developing who you are. It's critical. It's critical. And it's a great way for you to understand that you are important. You're here. You made it. I used to tell people all the time, the average man has, let's say, 55 million sperms and, one egg, and you made it. You was that one runner and you made it. So if you made it, parents, we need to let our children know and understand how important and valuable they are. And we are going to focus on that this week. We are going to focus on building our children's self-esteem, and we're going to learn some techniques for ourselves as well. I am Franca Potter. I hope to see you tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going to look at father-daughter relationships. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.